I'm Elizabeth Mason, and this is my third and final speech, Change in Business, on the topic of volunteer time off. In my audience is my husband Bruce and my son Tate. Most people want to feel like they are doing something good with their lives, but life, families, commitments, and work often get in the way. Volunteer time off is a way for companies to remove some of the obstacles and help employees get back to their communities. According to a recent study by the Society for Human Resource Management, 20% of companies surveyed are offering a volunteer benefit to their employees, and that number has been increasing since 2007. Companies today are seeing the benefits of giving back to communities not simply by writing a check, but by rolling up their sleeves and getting involved. Today, I will share the benefits of volunteer time off and explain how it might benefit a company such as ours. We will explore how volunteer time off impacts the bottom line and examine the importance of us as a company being involved in our community. But first, let's quickly define what volunteer time off is. Volunteer time off, or VTO, is a set number of hours per calendar year that companies give their employees to dedicate to community service through volunteer work. It is viewed as part of a company's benefit package. VTO is not a new concept. Many companies, both large and small, are seeing the benefits that VTO offers. According to their website, outdoor lifestyle and clothing company Timberland has been offering their employees 40 hours of volunteer time off. That is a full work week since 1995. Software giant Microsoft's employees have volunteered more than 2.5 million hours of time since Microsoft began their VTO program in 2005. But those are giant companies with thousands of employees. Does it make sense for us to encourage our employees to take time off to volunteer? Quite simply, yes. There is a tremendous competition for talent, especially in the knowledge professions, where many small businesses are starting up, said Catherine Smith, Executive Director at the Center for Corporate Citizenship at Boston College. She said that in a recent Forbes magazine interview. This type of benefit attracts talented, socially conscious employees. The Society for Human Resource Management found in a recent study that millennial generations, those who were born after 1980 and who currently make up the majority of the workforce as of this year, value volunteering over monetary donations to their favorite causes. Forbes magazine points out that along with enhancing our recruitment efforts, VTO improves employee morale, boosts loyalty among current employees. It allows employees to make a difference both professionally and personally. It has been cited in countless studies, happy employees equal a happy bottom line. In the Forbes interview, Smith goes on to say that active, engaged employees are happier, more professional, and more productive. Many full-time employees have full-time obligations outside of work, such as families and school. Volunteer programs offered through the workplace are the only opportunity many get to give back to their community or an organization they find meaningful. Many parents could be allowed the opportunity to volunteer at their children's school, something they normally would not get to do. This is important for employee morale. Finally, volunteer time off gives companies the ability to be a good neighbor. Great companies are essential parts of their community. Businesses today understand the value of integrating community service into their business plan. We know the importance of building a relationship with the communities where we do business and the value of investing beyond dollars and cents. Ultimately, companies cannot expect to be successful doing business in a weak community, and it is our responsibility to make a positive difference where we live and work. As excited as I am to share the concept of volunteer time off and its positive outcomes, I feel it's necessary to address some of the disadvantages that will need to be overcome if this policy goes into effect. After all, most new ideas come with a set of challenges. There will be some that try to misuse the program, and it may be challenging to include all employees without disrupting production. However, with management support and careful administration of the program, I believe VTO will bring companies more benefits than disadvantages. Volunteer time off provides a way for us to invest in our community and offers employees the opportunity to be more than just an employee. Volunteer time off connects businesses and communities in a meaningful way and benefits the company, its employees, and our community. Now I'd like to take a minute and answer any questions anyone might have.
What does the business get to pick where the people volunteer?
So there's a great question, Kate. Does the business get to pick where the employees volunteer? I would say it would be in the business's best interest if they maybe suggest some other non-for-profits that have similar philosophies or principles as they do. But ultimately, I think it's the employee's responsibility to choose an organization that's worthy of their volunteer time and go with their passion. Great question, though, Kate. Any others?
Yeah, you mentioned larger companies that offer volunteer time off. What about the smaller businesses or smaller staff companies? How is that possible?
I think when we're talking about smaller businesses, I totally understand the constraints that come with that. I worked for a small business for many, many years. There, I think it's where management really needs to play a role in organizing and making sure that we have, staff available to help. And I think, not everyone's going to want to take advantage of the volunteer time off. That's just what it is. It's volunteer. It's not mandatory. So that will help smaller businesses. Another option would be to use flex time, which would allow the employees to take time off and not be penalized for it. They could go and volunteer, but then they would then make up that time later in the pay period. Any other questions? Well, thank you so much for your time. You've been an amazing audience.